Welcome back. Last week, President Trump nominated Neil Gorsuch to the United States Supreme Court. Henry, do you agree with the president's pick, and do you think Democrats will be able to put a stop to his confirmation?
Well, from everything I've read about the judge, Gorsuch, I think he is eminently qualified. I think he appears to be very much in the vein of Justice Scalia, which to me is a good thing. Do I expect Democrats to oppose him? Yes, and mainly because of the way the Republicans handled the situation with Merrick Garland. I thought they should at least given him the opportunity of a hearing in committee, because that's the respect that you give to a president. Now, beyond that, I'm glad Merrick Garland didn't get in, and I certainly hope Gorsuch does. Also, to bite the Democrats on the hind quarter is going to be the fact that they used the nuclear option under Harry Reid several years ago. I got a feeling that that's going to wind up being what's going to be done for the Supreme Court justice. So we're in a territory where no one in D.C. wants to work with one another. We thought it was bad over the last several years. I think we're headed into a train wreck.
Ron, what's your take on it?
I like Gorsuch. I like the gentleman that was there that Obama appointed. I think they were both moderate. I don't think this guy is a far out potential judge. Here's why I liked him today, which is Wednesday, February 8th. I like what he said today when he took on what Trump said about the panel out in Washington State. There is no room for that kind of comment about fellow judges. The president should not be saying what he did. And if we can't have a Supreme Court, they're political, I understand. But he could even have his name withdrawn by the president after what he said about Trump's comments.
But everyone in D.C. is feasting off somebody else. We had Elizabeth Warren, who just railed against Senator Sessions in a derogatory fashion, which is a violation of Senate rules. Do I think Donald Trump should have sent that tweet out about the courts? No, because the courts need to be the one place that it should not be influenced by politics, which they are influenced by politics, but they should be interpreting the Constitution.
But Elizabeth Warren doesn't have a band going before the court. Elizabeth Warren
she beats a drum in the background.
That's good. Elizabeth Warren does that. I happen to like Elizabeth Warren because
I'm sure you do.
Once before. Well, I'm not as liberal as what you think. I'm probably just about as conservative as anybody here. But I also believe in a political decorum that is sensible. We can sit down here and talk sensible. And you have Gorsuch and what he said about what the president said. The president has to learn. If you thought Hillary's emails were bad, how about Trump's tweets?
He needs to stay off the Twitter.
Somebody's going to hack those tweets. You'll be in a war over a tweet.
Well, I don't think there should be any hacking of tweets, because everything he wears on a sleeve when he does a tweet. I wish someone would maybe eliminate the cell tower or the Wi-Fi in the White House Oval Office, because he's going to eventually rub someone the wrong way. If he already has done that. I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on. Sometimes you wonder what he's doing. But I think Gorsuch is much in the vein of Scalia being a constitutionalist. I think
shouldn't everybody be a constitutionalist? That's what you're defending.
We have some people who believe that it's a living, breathing document and it needs to be evaluated in its current time frame, and we have others who believe that the ink that was written in is the way we should interpret it. When Justice Ginsburg, which is a concern, a lot of Democrats are saying, well, what are we going to do? Who's Trump going to nominate? I think Trump should nominate someone in a similar vein as Justice Ginsburg. Okay, and that differentiates me with a lot of my Republican friends, but you should do a quid pro quo. When we go to replace, we should have someone. We need a court that has people who are on the left and on the right and on the center. And to be effective in governing, that's what you have to do. We don't need someone way far out in right field and load 5 people up. We need to be smart. I think Gorsuch is a good replacement for Scalia. I think when we start to evaluate Ginsburg, if she is the next justice to have an open seat, then we should look for something similar to that.
So that the whole thing does make sense on what
We
you
agree
say.
sometimes, right?
Well, I think it's imperative to agree that the judicial branch of government, there are three equal branches of government. And in those three equal branches, the president's got to keep a little bit quiet about someone he disagrees with.
Do you think, going one step further, do you think we should look at retirement ages for those in the judicial branch?
No,
Why is that?
because that's not the way it was set up.
I know we require a constitutional amendment. Okay, but we have someone on the Ninth Appellate Court who
Was
is
appointed by
80s.
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter. I mean, no blame on the appointment time, but he was appointed under Jimmy Carter. And I think he's up in his 80s now. So maybe is there an age where do we want someone drooling into the oatmeal, sitting there rendering judgments that are going to determine life and death?
It's a very good question, and I think there's 3 or 4 that are in that upper bracket of age that could
You're
be
saying oatmeal
rotating
droolers,
off.
aren't you?
You're the one that said oatmeal drooler.
You just said it.
I was nice and said age bracket.
Okay.
But you have to look at, you will have to look here in the circuit court in Maryland, 70 years old and you're out. You lose the seat, but then you come back as a contract judge, or you can sit in any county and do things as an extra, but
Yeah.
you're out.
But I'm thinking 75 or something in that age range for a justice would be well founded.
Well, then are you going to say that the president has to have an age requirement?
We have term limits.
Well,
Speaking of term limits, that's all the time on that spirited debate. Up next, Fast Five. Stay tuned.